I welcome you today's class of the subject Web Designing Fundamental, course code BCA 302. So, today we are going to cover the topic the 5 rules of web designing. So, this is the content for today. So, let us move the introduction of that content. So, earlier we have discussed about the web designing steps. So, how can we design a website for any individual or for any organization. So, there would be 6 steps we have discussed in earlier class. Now, we are today discussing the 5 rules for web designing, means which rules we need to follow for the designing of the website. So, below listed are the 5 essential rules for designing process that will help you to understand how a website is designed and developed into a professional scale. So, here are the 5 steps or we can say 5 rules. So, first one is the choosing the content. So, these are basically we can say similar to the last topic that which we have covered, which are the steps for designing a website. These are quite similar to that, but it is similar but not same, not exactly same. So, first one is the first rule is the choosing the content. Second rule is the home page. Third one is the planning and designing of the website. Fourth one is the creating a website, and fifth and last one is the web publishing and hosting side. So, web publishing and hosting side is a major rule which we need to follow. In this, after successful completion or creation of the website, we need to make that website available or we need to host that website into the web. So, how can we do that? We will discuss this in the upcoming in this lecture. So, in the screen you can see the steps how they are interrelated, and first step is the choosing the content, which is followed by the after choosing the content we should follow or we should create the home page. Then after creating the home page, then we go for the planning and design of the rest of the website. After that, finally after planning and designing our website is created, and after successful creation we can publish and host our designed website. So, now let us move to the first rule, which is known as choosing the content. So, what content we should follow, what content we should need that would be placed or put in our website, it is very important. So, few rules for few things we need to keep in mind while choosing the contents, which is out of which first one is the know your audience. This we have already discussed in the previous class, that we need to focus on the audience. We know that which audience we need to follow, like suppose we are designing a website for a school, that we need to choose the audience for the school, for the student or the guardians, parents, for them. Second one is the write short and simple sentences. It means that we need to write the simple and clear sentences which make the sense. Don't need to write multiple sentences, multiple paragraph which have no sense. So, we need to focus on the sentences or the lines which need to be picked, and they will directly impact to our audience. Third one is the stick to active voice. It means that we need to use active voice during creation or putting our sentence or to the text we are putting on the website. There is no need to follow active voices, right. Third one is to show, don't tell. It means that we need to provide as much as multimedia things like audio, video, animation, so that we need to minimize the text content which make less impact rather than the other thing like images, audios, videos, animation which make more impact on the audience. So, this thing which we need to follow, that we should follow some we can say audios, videos, animation, images, flow chart and other thing to describe our we can say sentences, describe our goal, our presence in the web. Third one is, or second last one is the make text scannable. So, why make text scannable is used, because something you have written over the web and some user want to scan and search for that. So, they can able to scan those text which are available on the website and they can go for more detail, they can get more reference regarding the services which you are providing, regarding the content you have provided on this sense. So, it is a good practice to provide the scannable text over the website. Last one is the incorporate multimedia. So, this is the most important thing to explaining, to describing anything over the web or over your website. We must follow multimedia to multimedia animation, multimedia video, multimedia tools for describing our objectives. Second one is the designing home page, or we can say home page creation. So, clearly answer within the home page who I am, what I do, and what can or what user can visit your website, or what can user do on your website. So, this is most important. It means that your goal, vision you need to provide there, vision, all the things you need to provide on the home page clearly and in the exact form, that who I am, it means that what services you are providing and what actually type of website is that. Then what I do, it means that what services and the facilities that specific website is providing. And third one is the what can you do here, it means that what services can the end user or the audience can avail, what can they use, what they cannot use are clearly mentioned there. Next point is the optimize for multimedia usability. It means that multi-device usability, it means that the device must be used within the laptop, within the mobiles, within the tablets. So, these platform devices should be followed, and the website should be clearly accessible in these devices. So, it means that we need to optimize our website for these devices also, because nowadays many user can use or visit your website by using mobile phones, by using tablets, by using laptop. So, the website should be compatible in all the devices. So, this thing we need to follow. Next one is the always changes. So, we need to make the changes in the website time to time, like suppose few services we want to remove from our website, or we can say few services we want to add. So, because at initial state a limited number of services can be provided depending on the audience, but after some time what will happen after 1 or 2 year, we can say 6 months, the company can we can say move further or can explore there or expand their business. So, new things can be added or few older things can be removed. So, we can say that always changing our content is required by time to time. Employs great overall design. It means design should be, we can say, great, catching, that can attract the users, end users or the audience, so that they can come and visit your website and take your provided services. Next one is the planning and designing of website. So, after choosing the content, after we can say home page designing, next one is the planning and designing of the rest of the website, because website contain multiple pages, multiple content. So, first page should be the home page, as you can visit multiple website. So, when you type the URL of the website, you directly reach to the home page of the website, and home page describe the what services the company and organization is providing, what actually is the company, what is the goal, what is the objective, and what are the different we can say services and product it is providing. So, after home page there are multiple pages are also there, like service page, about us page, and other we can say portfolio, contact us, we can say customer support, like these. So, these rest of the page will be created after the home page. So, in the planning and designing, we can set your purpose and goal. We need to set the purpose, set the goal, what purpose, for what purpose we are here or the website is created, and clearly mention the goal over the website. Next one is the assign the roles. So, roles should be assigned, like roles related to users, we can say the things related to user, things related to we can say admin, things related to other we can say other people should be clearly mentioned. Next thing, that creating a budget. So, we need to create a budget, means how much value should be, how much money should be invested in the money, so that we know how much the wealth we are having and how much we can spend. So, budget is very important. So, during planning and designing, the budget should be clearly created, so that we can spend that money and we will successfully create the website. Next one is the create a content strategy, means in which strategy the content should be created. It means that in which scenario, in which steps we are showing our content, like we are going to show the text, after that we are going to show the images and followed by some videos, or we can say some animation. So, this strategy should be clearly created and mentioned while planning and designing. Next one is the structure of your website. So, structure of a website play a major role while designing and planning, because the structure will follow that user cannot be get confused while navigating your website. All the pages and all the planning should be done clearly and correctly, so that the structure of website look good, sound good, and that can attract the users or the end audience. Next one is the start designing. After clearing or clarifying or creating these above points, we can start, or you can start the designing of the website. So, next one is the creating the website or designing the website. After successful completion of the last steps, we now in the stage of the creating the website. So, in this development phase, functional element of the website are built. It means that the whole functionality should be done in this step. All the interlink between the pages, all the interlink between the logics should be created here. Experienced programmer build the features, functionality that can finalize in the discovery phase. So, it means that when we are searching the content, when we are establishing the budget and all other things, after that we need a good experienced developer or programmer that can build the features and functionality in a quite efficient manner. This involves the coding for business logics, integrating user interfaces with the backend databases, and building custom feature that can specific to the given project. So, it means that the programmer will do the coding part, means coding for the business logic, interlinks, or the coding related to the databases, to the forms, or the other functionality which are required in the website. All these things to be done in the coding phase. So, after completion of the coding, after successful completion, there is a thing that we need to host our website, publish our website with the hosting site. So, you can see here is a diagram which will allow you to understand how hosting can be done. So, you can see in the middle of that diagram that there is a web hosting services. So, it means that we need to first pick up the web hosting services like GoDaddy and other services which are available. So, we need to choose one hosting service or hosting company which will follow you, which will provide you the hosting service. So, after hosting, we need to upload our website to the hosting server, whether it would be designed in any technology like PHP, Perl, WordPress, or we can say JSP, ASP in any technology. So, we need to upload our website in the server, so that it will become active or live in the web. So, after uploading the website, then we need to upload the databases related to that website. It means that first we need to upload the front end, that is the website UI part, and after that we need to upload the databases. So, there is a new thing which is also provided by the hosting services, which is known as website building tools. So, these are the automated tools which are provided by the web hosting services. So, you can create your own website on the web server also. Suppose what right now we are doing, we are designing and developing the website in our local machine, within it means that in your local laptop, local machine, and after testing successfully we can uploading it to the web server. But nowadays multiple hosting service provider providing you the web building tools, website building tools. So, you can choose the template from there, choose the pages, choose the different tools which are provided and create your own website there also. So, after creating over there, there is no need to upload the databases, there is no need to upload your website there. Next one is the after successful uploading our website and databases, there is a need to activate your website emails. Like suppose you have taken the domain like xyz.com, right? Then you need to create some emails related to that, like admin@xyz.com, support@xyz.com, like these similar email accounts should need to be created, and this services is already available in the hosting service provider. So, you can just click and activate your and create your email, and that you can use them. Next one is the FTP file upload. So, there is a software which is known as FileZilla. You can use that software to upload your website, upload your databases to the online hosting services, so that it can be uploaded by using these services, or you can directly click on the upload over the hosting service, and directly you can upload your document related to the website, pages, databases, etc. So, this is the software which can be used, like FileZilla and other multiple are available there software. So, you can use, just you need to provide the URL, the password, username of your website or your server, and directly you can upload to them. So, this is the content which we have covered today, and these are the reference which I have used for creation of this today's lecture. You can go through them and you can visit these books. You can find more detail in these books also. So, thank you.